Hello, everybody. Welcome back to yet another episode of Off the Record Podcast, a podcast with Ashton. Thank you so much. I'm just jumping straight in. Hold on. Let me back up real quick. So I actually, I'm on an edible. I just want to be very clear. So I'm going to be fucking yapping. So please just bear with me. Bear with me. I might get emotional. Who fucking knows? You know me. I'm very feel all my things, feel all the things. But I just want to say thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of Off the Record. Before anything, please make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe. I want to say thank you to everybody who really supported my last episode. It surpassed even my own expectations, which was very crazy to me. And it happened so fast. I felt like I literally was watching the number just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow as it was going. And it was just so mind blowing. I gained quite a few subscribers on YouTube. So I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Welcome to the family, y'all. To my day ones, you know, I love you and I'm so appreciative and grateful for the support that you've given over this time. And to everybody who really just loved that video, you know, it was such a intimate, you know, and true and authentic and genuine thing to do, you know, because we love Cardi. I love Cardi. And it was just something that I felt so happy to really actually share and get off my chest. Cause those stories I really haven't shared with a lot of people, you know what I mean? So to actually put it out, it was very freeing and it was very good to walk down memory lane type shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, comment, subscribe, y'all. And again, thank you so much to everybody who really has been supporting thus far. So today, what are we talking about today? Well, I want to set it up by saying, so when I was really audio only and I was just doing Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you know, I did quite a bit of check-ins, you know, just kind of gauging the temperature of everybody, but also really kind of pulling the curtain back and talking about myself a little bit more in a raw context and really just kind of, I guess, inviting you into my world, my mind, my view. And that's kind of what this episode is. I kind of want to take it back a little bit just to kind of strip down a tad and just kind of let you know in this past 2 weeks or so, what's really been going on with me. And it's been interesting. I've had a lot of mental fog. And it's not due to anybody or anything in particular. Well, I guess it's due to something in particular, which I'll get into. But it wasn't due to anything or anybody, but it was really more just me, focused on me. I want to say I've kind of talked about it with my best friend. I've talked about it with some other friends that I have, and I feel like we've actually all been in this same position, or we're currently in this position, where it's just kind of a crossroads type feeling. And I don't know, I kind of want to explore it. And again, like I said, share it a little bit today because I don't know, I want to see who else is feeling that way. And I think also too, with a podcast and just with sharing in general, I think we often share the high moments, right? We share when we're doing good and we're fucking killing it. And we can, you know, have a smile on our face and, you know, people loving us and sending us great things, but we rarely share the depth because life is up and down, and we rarely share when we're in that valley. And right now, I think I'm in a valley, or I'm coming through a valley. I want to start with, I guess, the first thing that really, I guess, has got me in the valley. And this is kind of a broad topic, so we'll kind of be a little more specific into it sometimes. But one thing, and I'll give myself credit for this, I've been trying to work through my trauma. Oh my God. And we all fucking have trauma. We all have it. We all carry it around. It is literally in our backpack as we walk through life. And until you really deal with it, you will repeat a lot of the same shit. And if I'm being quite honest, I think I felt that I had passed or surpassed a lot of old traumas or old behaviors that I have until you're actually triggered. Until you're actually triggered and you see it manifest in real time, I think you think you're over it, right? So for me personally, because I can only speak for myself, obviously, I'm a person that I try to really assess myself, right? I try to really kind of take into context, or take into, not even context, just take into reality and be did I handle certain things right? Did I operate in this right? And it's a lot of overthinking, I guess, as some people would say, but in a lot of ways, I feel like it's correction. It's correcting myself and it's checking myself, right? I kind of want to, I guess I'm trying to figure out how far back to go to when it really became like prevalent to me that I really needed to work through certain things. But I guess I could start with just, I was talking to a coworker, a real good friend of mine, TJ, shout out to TJ. And we were talking about just like family life, right? And I think that's something that probably everybody had a little bit of trauma with, whether it's a mom issue, a dad issue, your siblings issues, whatever it is. We all carry something from our childhood. I think that's where most traumas come from. And actually, I wrote the definition of trauma so we can kind of be a little more specific. So I want to read it real quick. So trauma is a deeply depressing or disturbing experience that overwhelms an individual's ability to cope, causing lasting negative effects on functioning, mental health, and worldview. So that's a mouthful. But I really will say, like, the traumas I feel like I've experienced have shaped me in good and bad ways. One of the most prevalent things I think is, like I said, I was talking to a coworker and we were just talking about like family life. And I shared a story with him that I haven't really shared with a lot of people. Actually, I don't think I had really shared with anybody. And it really connected a dot in my mind, right? Like, have you ever been in a situation where you're actually like revealing something to somebody? And as you're saying, you're like, like, so that might explain why I do X, Y, and Z, or that might be why I consider X, Y, and Z. Like you really start kind of assessing things. And that conversation really put a light bulb in my head because there's a lot of shit that I do based off of trauma. And I've really been actively trying to push myself through it. And that shit is hard, baby. Because I'm a person that feels everything. Like, I feel all of my emotions, whether I'm super fucking happy and I'm like jumping off of a goddamn cliff, or I'm super low and I just need to recharge in isolation. All of that. I feel all of those things. And this period of my life, I really have just been trying to be a better me. Oh, and I feel like I'm getting emotional already. I feel like I've just been trying to be a better me for other people, yes, but for myself, really. There's a lot of stuff that I've carried on in my life. And I know in my last episode, not the Cardi one, but the one before, or hell, I don't even know, episode, I think like 7 or whatever the fuck, I talked about like me with my struggle of like being gay and like coming out and like really how I came out with my family and shit. And even in that, there were traumas around that, and just how I was able to like cope and get by in life. Growing up in a small town, I was picked on for being the different one, for being, gay, essentially. Hell, I didn't really want to come to terms with it at the time, but that's what it was. I was struggling with that, and I would get picked on. And I think I learned to survive by isolation. And that has been something that has plagued me a lot in my life. I curl up inside, when I feel a lot of things, when I feel disappointed, when I feel hurt, when I feel let down, when I feel misunderstood. It's my way of like coping. It's my way of comforting myself and protecting myself from being hurt. And a conversation that I was having actually with another coworker, my guy Colin, my brother. I remember we were talking about something that was going on in his life. And I remember saying to him, when I was a kid, I understand. Well, he was saying, I don't want to tell his story, and that's like the hard part in this, but he was sharing with me. And I remember I told him one thing about me was the thing that I built as a kid, that isolation, that shutting down, it was due to, again, being scared of being hurt, being scared of being disappointed in people. Because I've been let down a lot in my life, and I'm sure everybody has, right? I think we all have felt some sort of disappointment, some type of hurt that has really left a lasting scar. And until you really address it, you really don't get past it. But I will say now, at this age of my life, as I said, I'm trying to work through those things, and I'm really trying to push myself to be a better person. I don't want to protect myself in that way anymore. I don't have to protect myself in that way anymore. I know how to speak up for myself. I'm no longer afraid of walking in a room and being who I am. I don't have that same fear. So because I don't have that same fear, I shouldn't operate in that same protection because I'm not that same kid. And that's been a real realization. That's been when I say a light bulb, that has been a light bulb for me. And it's hard, man, because you're really challenging yourself to grow. It's uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. Some days I feel like I have it all figured out. Then the other days I feel like I'm fucking crumbling and nothing is making sense around me. You know, like genuinely, I feel like my intentions are always good with people, but sometimes maybe it doesn't come off that way. You know, it's hard because you're balancing so much because everybody, all of us are balancing life and our outside life, you know what I'm saying? Or work, and then your family, your friends, your kids, if you have children, you know, just everything. And it can be overwhelming to be like trying to juggle all these things at once and also still, again, try to be accountable for yourself, push yourself through your traumas, work on yourself to be better. And that's why I feel like I get that mental fog. I get that that clutter sometimes because I try to carry everything. I want to push myself. I want to be here and there and up here and over there. And you just can't do it all. But one thing you can do, again, is really work on yourself. And that's genuinely where I've been in these past like 2 weeks. And it's crazy because the success of the last episode, you would think you're kind of like riding high. And I was for a bit, you know what I mean? I was feeling very confident. I was feeling my puss, you know what I'm saying? I was feeling very good. I was. But then at the same time, I knew in other aspects of my life, I was kind of falling behind. I was kind of slipping. I was kind of failing. And it was hard to really sit down with myself and face that. You know what I mean? Because your protection is all you know. That thick skin or that way of protecting and coping has been my safety blanket for 30 fucking years. 30 fucking years. You got to think like I've been on this earth 30 years. Well, I'm going to say maybe not fully fucking 30, but you know what I'm saying? Like maybe 25, 27, something like that. But you get my point. It's been my protection forever. And it's ruined relationships for me. It's ruined friendships for me. Like it's fucked up shit in my life that it didn't have to, that I should have been better within myself to stand up and to really fight through that. You know what I mean? But it's been my safety net. Whenever I felt disappointed, whenever I felt scared, whenever I felt hurt, it's been my blanket. It's been my pacifier. But there is something in my spirit. I don't know if it's God. I don't know if, and it probably is God because I've been praying a lot more, but there's something in my spirit that is just challenging myself to get out of it, to really fight to get out of that that isolation mode of, I don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if anybody really can relate, but maybe you can, because I think we all have it in our own ways. And that's why I'm sharing this too, because I want everybody to like fight. Like, I get it. Life is hard. Life is overwhelming. And again, like I said, we're carrying so much shit and it's a lot. It's a lot. And if you don't have the proper people to go to, to really release some of it, shit, it's like a fucking, you carrying a goddamn, load on your back for real. Like, it is crazy. And so many people go through this life without that release, without being able to release. And I'm so thankful to my community. I don't share very deeply with many. It's very hard for me. Again, that's that safety net. That's that protection, afraid of, whatever the fuck, I don't share with many. My heart is very, I won't say closed off because I'm a very loving and giving person, but I am very closed off. I'm like Fort Knox in this bitch, because I gotta know that I can trust you. I gotta know I can rely on you, because I think I'm so reliable to so many people, and that's why, okay, if I can break it down even further, I feel like too, that's why I get so hurt so easily a lot, because I feel like I give so much trust to people, and I'm trying to find that balance of still trusting people and still being open without compromising so much too, because everybody doesn't deserve to know everything about you. Everybody doesn't deserve to know your story. but I don't want to close myself off any longer. That's where I guess maybe that's where the cloud and confusion is coming from too. It's a hard balance for me because I've been so accustomed to just protecting myself and shelling myself off. And I'm really trying to get outside of that. And I will say this, as I'm giving the things that I need to work on, I will say I have noticed so much progress. Baby, I am worlds better than what I used to be. Okay. Can I get a round of a motherfucking applause for that? I am worlds better than what I used to be. Bitch, I would sink a ship real quick and didn't give a fuck who's on this boat, who's on this ship. Fuck all of you niggas. But I don't feel that way anymore. You know what I mean? I've grown, I've matured. I've really taken stock in my life, you know, and that's one part of it. And then the other part is too, and it's again about rising up and pushing yourself past negative traits and habits and everything. But I'm also in like a personal reflection mode. You know, I'm about to be 31 and in like a month or so. And I feel like when I get around this time, I become super reflective because then it's like, okay, I'm in my 30s now. What do I want this next 10 years to look like when I'm 40, when I'm 50, when I'm 60? Like, what the fuck? And that is a lot to carry on in itself, too. That's a lot to think about. You know what I'm saying? Most people are just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm living for now. And yes, live for now. You know what I mean? But I am a person that thinks long term. I want some type of long-term longevity and all of this shit. That's why this podcast is so important to me too, is because I really believe that this is going to change my life. I have faith in this. I have hope in this, but I know that this is something that can carry me long-term. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a talk show host. That was my dream growing up. So the fact that I'm doing this is an extension of that, but still, what does that look like? What is 31 going to feel like? What is 35 going to look like now? What is 38, 39, 40? You know, I'm a forward thinker like that. And again, that's a lot to carry and put a lot of pressure on myself, but it's reality. It is reality. And I never really, and I also just noticed this too about myself. I don't really take a lot of risk. But I'm kind of over that fucking shit too. Now that's boring. I'm sorry. That's just so dull. And I feel like you got to take risks. Like life is about taking a risk. Like bitch, now I don't know if I'm going to go hot air ballooning or jumping out of a goddamn plane or no shit like that. But I can force myself. I can push, or not force myself. That sounds very drastic, darling. But I can push myself to live outside of the box. Like, because what is normal? Who made the definition of normal? Who made the definition of like, this is what you're supposed to have? You can have whatever the fuck you want to have if you really want it. And I think that's another part of that, like, that personal reflection is like, again, where do you see yourself? What do you really see yourself doing? You know, I actually wrote down like a little question that, for that personal reflection part, and that I felt like was very, like on top of what I feel. And it says, does your work align with your core values and offer a sense of purpose, you know? And I don't know. It's like, I was just talking to my mom too, and I feel like she took a lot of my juice out, but I love you, Mom. But we were kind of talking about that a little bit too, you know? Just, are you aligning yourself in ways that really makes sense for like your long-term goals? Like, do you really believe that what you're doing now is to serve your dream, to serve your long-term purpose? And are you even doing your purpose? Do you feel like you found your purpose? You know, I do. I really do think I found my purpose, but I don't think that a lot of my actions align with being in that purpose. So that's something for me that I feel like I've taken on and I've try to actively push myself to be better about. Because if this is supposed to be my long-term goal, the thing I want to achieve and do ultimately for the rest of my life, I've got to align myself with that. There's no way to not. There's no way to go around that either, you know? And it's just about, again, that personal reflection. I feel like everybody should assess everything in their lives, especially around a birthday. And my best friend actually was telling me about this too. Like, I take a lot of solo trips for my birthday. And I think that's why. I've never really sat down and like intentionally been like, oh, I'm going to be here for my birthday by myself. It just kind of happens that way. But I like it because it does give me actually some time to reflect on this new year approaching. What do I want? Do I want this year to look similar to last year? Or do I want it to be greater, better, grander? Like, I really get super reflective. And that's maybe why even all of this shit, you know, even about the traumas, addressing the traumas and pushing myself and all that, It's all what, as I said to my best friend, shedding of skin. I feel like I'm shedding the old skin, and God is pushing me to really rise up to be able to fulfill this next chapter that he has outlined for me. And it has been very interesting to experience. Like I said, some days I'm great. Some days I'm having like a fucking ball. Then there are some days where I don't have it together. My mind is scattered as fuck. I am thinking about X, Y, and Z, and A and B and C all at the same goddamn time. I didn't literally spent time circling through everything. Like, okay, this over here, this over here, this over there. Then going back to X, Z. It's a lot, and I will say too, even like I know I said about overthinking, I've come a long way with the overthinking thing. I really think I've kind of mastered that, which, bitch, again, thank the fucking Lord. Because, baby, that used to kill me, overthinking about every goddamn thing. Oh my God, honey. But then I got to a point where I literally seen a post, and a man was holding a sign, and it was like, impress. I think he said like, impress who? Like, fuck all y'all. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you holding yourself back for? What are you being so overly thoughtful about? Like, nigga, just live your life. Just live your life and be you and stand in all that makes you great. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Again, even working, like I said, through those old traumas and everything, all of that is for a bigger purpose I feel that God has for me down the line. And it can only do nothing but make me better. It's only going to make me better. It's going to make me more thoughtful and appreciative. And it's going to make me better for me. Set proper boundaries in my life and stop overgiving and overextending for every goddamn body that comes into my life. Really just take stock in what is important and what matters to me and for me. And I'm honestly in a space where it just feels good. It's overwhelming. It's hard. It's a lot. But it feels fantastic. And it's really, truly something that I wanted to come on here and share with everybody, but to really just say, I know I might be in that valley. I might be in that pit right now, but God's got a way to get me the fuck up out. And when I get the fuck up out that valley, when I walk up that hill and get out that valley, when I look over everything that I just went through in that valley, I'm going to feel a sense of pride. I'm going to feel a sense of accomplishment, of joy, of gratefulness, because it didn't destroy me. It didn't stunt me. You know, I think with our traumas and our things that we carry, it stunts our growth. We hold it. Like I said, we carry it in our backpack, but I'm ready to release it genuinely. And I'm even so proud of myself to sit here and share this. Like, this is so open and so candid and so honest and so raw. It's something that maybe before, like me, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, I don't think I would have been ready to share. I don't think I would have been open enough. I don't think I would have been real enough to really address it and just, again, take you into my mind, you know. It's interesting. Again, I'm a Gemini. Baby, this mind be racing. This mind is thinking about, again, what's for dinner? What's tomorrow going to look like? Well, maybe not tomorrow. I don't give a fuck about tomorrow yet, but you know what I'm saying? Like, when it gets closer to the evening, then I'm like, okay, yeah, tomorrow. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot being just a regular person. I mean, shit, not even just a person, a human in this world, dealing with life. Again, you got your family, you got your coworkers, you got your friends, you got your nephews, your nieces, you got your kids. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. And now too, it's just with the world spiraling out of control. And you already know I be getting into the politics of it all. But even with the world feels so heavy to me too now. Like, it's a lot of shit going on, and people are just making it, you know, people are just trying to get through to the next fucking day, you know, and my heart just goes out to everybody as well. And I really hope that somebody who, if you're going through this currently, if you've been through this, you know, share something with everybody, you know, down in the comments, share something. If you're going through this, you know, let me know if this inspired you and this helped you in any way. If you've been through this, what did you do? How did you cope? How did you push yourself to the other side and really focus on the things and heal the things that you wanted to heal? You know, I feel like building a community and building, you know, a brand, I guess, it's important to have that connection and to have that, that openness, you know what I mean? Like you got to feel comfortable sharing, because sharing is how we grow and we build and we really connect to each other. Past the facade shit, past the good and the highs and the, you know, everything is shining right. The lows, the depths, the pain, the anguish. That's, I feel like, when you really get to connect to a person. That's when you really see who they are, stripped down, you know. And I feel like a little bit, I came a little stripped for you, stripped Christina Aguilera vibes, you know, and just shared a little bit of kind of where I've been at, you know. But another thing I'm very excited about too is I stayed consistent to this podcast. You know, before I literally would go through something and it would just shut me all the way down, where bitch, I didn't have no energy or nothing. But I'm pushing and I'm being a better me, and being a better me. I just want to just be all of me, the emotional, and I'm working on that too. I'm very emotional. You know, I'm trying to solid up and be a, you know, a solid nigga, but shit, I'm mush. Shit, I can't help that. The bitch, you look at me crazy, I'm about to start crying. Like, I can't help it. It's me. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get better about that too. I want to get better about that too. Shit, I just want to be a better me, you know, and I'm just fighting through everything that I've been through to get to where I've never been before. And that's going to take effort. That's going to take effort, energy, you know, my heart, my time, my mind, everything. But we're going to get there, and we'll get there together. Again, this is, I hope to continue to be open and share and build this community with everybody, because we can't just be there for you when you're in the good times. We got to be there for you when you're in your lows, you know, and we got to be able to support you however we can. And hopefully this is some support to everybody. Again, you guys have really supported me. You have uplifted me in times when you maybe didn't think that you were. You've surrounded me with love and encouragement and positivity and motivation. And I'm so grateful to all of you guys who have really just poured into me little by little to really even get me to this place, you know, to where I am. I'm coming out that valley. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming out that valley. It can't rain forever. It can't rain forever, baby. It dries up after a while. And I feel like I'm getting to drier pastures. You just got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? As you grow up, you just got to go through it. But again, I'm just so grateful to for all the love and the support and encouragement that I've been given in this fucking, you know, shit that I'm doing and just striving for my dreams. And I just really, really appreciate it. And yeah. You know what I'm saying? So another episode. Again, I was just yapping like motherfucker. That edible kind of wore off. That's kind of crazy. Like, bitch, I needed to kick back in just a little bit. But again, all in all, I'm just so thankful. I'm so grateful. And hopefully, again, this has touched somebody and inspired somebody. And again, give me some love too. Inspire me, push me, motivate me, call me out when I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we help each other and how we build our community. So, all right. Another episode down, motherfuckers. I love you. Please. Okay. Do me a favor too, real quick before you click off. If you haven't gone back and like watched my old episodes, go back and check those motherfuckers out. Those are good too. Now, bitch, I was a little fat. I was a little chunky, but it's okay. You know, we're getting better. As I said, we're making ourselves better, right? So go back, enjoy them. My second episode on the YouTube was an episode I did with my friends, Chaz and Tori, which I actually do want them back on the podcast. We can maybe do like just a revamp, and I'm going to get them back. But go back and watch that. That was so fun. But yeah, just check me out. You know, again, I'm so thankful for the love that I've been getting. But yeah, go back and, you know, get a little bit more knowledge about your boy. You know, I'm open enough. You know what I'm saying? You know some shit about me and my old ones too. Okay, y'all. But I love you guys very, very much. Thank you for all the love and the support. And it feels amazing. And hopefully this is a gift to you guys. And I will just talk to you guys later. I love you. Thank you so much. All right. Peace, motherfuckers.